So the first immediate one that comes to mind is, of course, the funding environment. We are facing growing humanitarian needs, and we are evolving in an environment where also the socio-economic consequences of the pandemic hitting hard many of the countries we are working in, but also donors' country. The second one is, of course, the pandemic itself. A country like Syria, like Yemen, are running even before the pandemic hit with less than 50% of their hospitals, health centers. So you can imagine how difficult it is to absorb the shock of a pandemic. The third one, I would say, is the evolution of warfare and the intersection between the more polarized world and the evolution of warfare. Like during the COVID-19 pandemic, to give just one example, we have seen a surge in cyber attacks on hospitals, on water treatment and pumping stations, of course, undermining essential services for people affected by armed conflict. The ICRC, in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, was able to pivot from the physical to the digital space over 48 hours. I think what helped a lot is all the equity ICRC colleagues across the globe were able to build with interlocutors, all the relationships that were developed over the years. Enabled us to pursue our engagement with states, with non-state armed groups, with also the UN bodies, UN Security Council, General Assembly, in a rather, I would say, seamless way. The physical presence will continue to be critical in humanitarian negotiations and humanitarian diplomacy going forward. But I think today we can more and more advance also in the virtual space, and I think this is an interesting development. I think the humanitarian community will need more to get this ability to engage with the communities, to co-create, co-design solutions rather than imposing ready-made solutions in toolkits. For ICRC, really the three key areas where I think we need to continue to invest and nurture our human capital, our 20,000 staff members around the world. The second one is, and this is valid for the ICRC, but also the broader humanitarian community, to be bolder about how we partner with others. But I'm talking here about really genuine partnerships for greater humanitarian impact, and I would say sustainable humanitarian impact, because we are very often in protracted crisis. So we need to pivot into generating more sustainable humanitarian impact. And the third one is to promote our institutional excellence in how we react to present and future challenges, because we need also to reinvent the humanitarian experience. We need to adjust to the new needs. We need to find ways to engage in a two-way fashion with communities. We, of course, need to further embrace the digital transformation, capitalizing on all the opportunity it brings, but also being very careful about the risks and the fact that we cannot afford having personal information of people fall in the wrong hands or being used for other purposes than humanitarian needs.